You've probably heard of the quote, it's not what you know, but actually who you know. And this is a really great quote in transition when we look at the perspective of energy. So, in energy healing, we know that this invisible life force exists, but how we view it and from what perspective makes all the difference in the world. That difference can mean from working on a client, healing them from their physical or emotional issues, or for yourself and seeing things from a different perspective from this mindset. And the mindset that I'm talking about today is called accurate perception, correct expression. So in this video, we're going to talk about the differences in the way that we see energy healing and how the different lenses you see energy healing actually affects the process. So my name is Dr. Jason Yuan. I am a naturopathic physician and I am an expert in energy healing. And on this channel, I teach you all about the science of energy healing and how to use it on a practical, applicable level in your day-to-day life. So let's get back into it. Perspective is everything, right? Perspective especially is very important in energy healing because we're talking about something that science can't even measure yet, right? So as a human, think of our body like a computer, right? And our thoughts, our emotions are the software that runs this computer. If we see our body physically as the hardware and our thoughts and emotions like the software, how we engage with this energy healing is not by using the hardware, but by the software. And this is why perspective is so important. The way that you feel and the way that you think actually affects the energy between you and that other person or you between that environment. So let me give you a very practical example. Let's say you're driving down the road, okay, and someone cuts you off. Okay, very common, right? The natural reaction would be to feel angry. That person wasn't justified for cutting you off, right? And you might feel your emotions and thoughts start to drift in a way that focuses more on this negativity towards this person that cut you off. When in reality, that person, right, was maybe in a rush to get to work or had an emergency and had to drive a little bit more recklessly than usual. So, what is the point of this example? The point of this example is to go back to what we talked about, how perspective is everything. Your body is the hardware, is the computer. Your thoughts and emotions are the software. Just because when we live this reality, right, when we see other people living their realities and they do things to affect us, right, we have the power to control how we feel and how we react to it. And by controlling and being very mindful of knowing how we feel and how we react to it, we can choose the type of energy that we emit from that environment, from that situation. When you feel certain negative emotions towards a person or a situation, that actively changes not only your software to point in that direction, but also your hardware, right? And remember, your hardware is your physical body. So when you're angry, when you're stressed, what does that look like biologically? That's called your sympathetic nervous system, right? That's the fight or flight evolutionarily based nervous system that raises your cortisol, which is the stress hormone, amps up your blood pressure, right? And it basically makes you feel emotionally, again, fight or flight, right? Either you're going to engage with that conflict or you're going to run away. And that's a very lower level of addressing situations in modern life. Because back then we would have to, again, run away from predators like tigers or bears or things like that. But nowadays we don't have that. Modern stress is a lot different, just like that person cutting you off. So this is why perspective is so important, because it relates back to the energy, and the energy is the connection between your mind and your body, between the software in the hardware. So change your perspective, change not only how you see something, but how you react to something. And that will directly influence the hardware, the physical body response, right? The physiological responses such as cortisol, blood pressure, and other hormones in the body and neurotransmitters that come out of your software, your thoughts, and your emotions. So, this is why energy healing is almost like a bridge to mind body medicine. Mind body medicine is exactly what it sounds like. Your thoughts, your emotions, it creates the reality for your physical body. Your physical body cannot tell the difference between real stress or what's called, fake stress, stress that is not harmful for you, right? That's not going to threaten your survival. When you take control of your thoughts and your emotions and see things with a very clear perspective, and that perspective comes from a state of neutrality, you can dictate how your body responds. And by doing so, you're gonna live longer, have less stress, have less inflammation, right? And it's just gonna make everything better in your life, right? Sleep, energy, digestion, things like that. So I spoke about neutrality. How do we work on this? How do we get our mindset, our software, our emotions and thoughts into a place where we can see things very objectively? And this is where energy healing comes in. This is the part where energy fits this framework. It is the interaction in the way that we understand our physical reality. The body is just a hardware to process the software. The software helps us understand what's going outside of our body, right? In the real world. Energy healing teaches us that there is this principle called life force, this chi, this prana, this invisible energy that is out there in the world. Everyone has this sixth sense, the ability to not only feel this energy, but to perceive it in a way that is either beneficial to your body or not beneficial. This sixth sense basically feels in separates into two categories. This energy is either going to energize you, give you more charge to your physical battery of your body, or it's going to drain you, drain your battery, make things a lot more challenging for your hardware and your software to function, just like a phone. So, how you learn this is just like swimming, just like riding a bike. Everyone has the ability to do this. It just takes practice. When you're able to perceive this energy, when you're able to practice it, you can see things very objectively from this perspective, and seeing it, a situation, a place, a person, a conversation, whether this energy, again, will energize you, serve you, or actually drain you, make things harder. This is a technique called scanning in pranic healing. Now, I've talked about pranic healing many times on this channel. It is the primary energy healing modality that I use and recommend because it's very objective and very science based. And with the scanning technique, you can very quickly and easily understand the energy to any situation. Again, whether it energizes you or drains you. And that's very black and white. It's either a yes or a no, hopefully, for most of us. So, from that perspective, you are able to choose the right thoughts, choose the right emotions, rather than automatically reacting using your lower evolutionary part of your software, your brain, that automatically just reacts emotionally to a situation, like that person cutting you off. And by doing so, and by practicing this, okay, practice is very important because you won't get it right all the time initially. But if you practice this, you will avoid a lot of, again, challenges, unneeded challenges in your life, and things will start to feel very smooth. And it's almost that sense of intuition, right? People talk about this sixth sense, this intuition. It's all energy. It's all this invisible life force, which is a direct reflection of the entirety as a whole. If the energy of a situation is draining, you're going to be able to feel that in your body. If the energy of a situation is uplifting, rising, right, supports everyone, you're going to be able to feel that too. In this video, perspective is really everything. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And from that perspective, it's not what you see, but who is seeing it from that perspective. And who sees that from that perspective has the ability to choose their thoughts, choose their emotions, to make the right decisions. And in the long run, when you compound this, weeks, months, years, your life will be transformed for the better. So again, use this energy, use this sixth sense to your advantage, and it takes practice. And I highly recommend Pranic Healing, learning the scanning technique to help you get this started. If you found value from this video, I would highly appreciate it if you liked it and subscribe to our channel, as we're looking to build a community of enthusiastic supporters of energy medicine. And I'm curious if you have any experiences with sensing energy, perceiving the energy of a situation or a person, please comment down below. Again, everyone's different, different toolboxes, but the fundamental concept is the same. It's either this energy will drain you, right? Bring your energy back down, or uplift you and support you. Okay. So again, my name is Dr. Jason Yuan. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you take care and see you in the next one.